Once you get your hands working, the dirt therapy just takes over.
Like, what if there was a place where people who are like dealing with isolation, dealing with depression could go and find like healing through gardening, through farming, through making personal connections. And I look it up and it's like, yeah, girl, like that exists and it's literally right here.
You get back into the real world and all of the time that you had spent in the military, not a lot of people understand what you went through, the accomplishments that you had, the progress that you made through your career. And so you really leave all of that behind in your military time. And then so coming back into the civilian world or the real world, it's tough because a lot of veterans will struggle with finding their place. Growing Veterans exists to end the isolation that leads to suicide. That's our bread and butter. We're a mental health organization rooted in sustainable agriculture and nurtured by peer support.
We work off of a peer support framework. We have an accredited peer support training course, which we train people all around the country. We've even trained people as far away as the African continent, so that's kind of cool. But that's sort of the framework in which we work. You could adapt that to anything. For us, we choose to use agriculture because of the meditative nature of agriculture. If you're out in a field and you're harvesting leaf by leaf, you little by little are gonna run out of silence. You're gonna wanna open up. It progresses very easily, very seamlessly into authentic conversations, authentic lifelong friendships. We have a lot of hard conversations. We've worked through a lot of trauma and things like that. But one policy that we have is we don't debate here. When you're debating, there's this idea that you want to come out the victor. There's no victory in peer support. It's about conversation, it's about listening, it's about exchange.
We're a veterans organization, we're not a veterans club. So our doors are open to anybody. There's no barrier to entry. You don't have to have any sort of farming experience. As long as you've got a good attitude and you come here and you're ready to either work or just engage with people, we're here for you.
I'm always welcomed when I come here, and that's been 10 years now. Most of my fellow veterans here and non-veterans are very young, a lot younger than I am anyway. And I'm able to show them that you too can live this long and be okay. Dirt therapy, yeah, there is something to it. It really works.
Since 2020, we've donated 15,000 pounds of organic produce to food banks in Whatcom, Skagit, and Island County.
We make sure that we don't just grow food that's nutritious, but we grow food that's exciting. Just because you're somebody who's experiencing food instability, that doesn't mean that you deserve bruised red delicious apples and browning iceberg lettuce. You deserve pesto. Like when you walk into a food bank with crates full of fresh basil, the look on people's faces will just blow your mind. They're like, this is for us.
Having it be a nonprofit, it takes away that stress level of we need to be pumping out, this amount of food. We can't be, messing around or anything like that. Sure, we have things growing and there's a lot of work to be done, but we tailor it to the veterans or the community members who come out here. Come as you are, do as much or as little as you would like to do out here, but just being surrounded by people is the real heart of the organization. Donations are humongous. So since we're a nonprofit, the two largest sources of funding that we get are through grants and through donations.
A donation from a company like yours will be transformed into produce, which then gets transformed into the food banks.
Every dollar that we make or that is donated to us is another opportunity to elongate our mission and then continue this legacy for other generations to experience and benefit from.
The produce we grow here, we've grown tons of organic produce that we donate to local food banks, but our actual product here, that's just the emissions out the tailpipe. Our actual product is happy, healthy people.